We're going to be doing a TX22 today here on the channel. This is an awesome little pistol by Taurus, but before we get into the kind of the specs and features, all the great BS, first things first, Taurus doesn't know who I am. They did not send this out. They did not give this to me. This is picked up and is completely real. This is from a gun store. So let's dive right into the specs, features, and all the great stuff about the Taurus TX22. We kind of don't spend much time about talking about 22s here on the channel just because they're less cool. That's just my opinion. But the Taurus TX22 is an awesome little pistol. A lot of buzz was around it last year, and I thought it'd be great to do a review on it, to test it out, to try it out, and just to kind of get my hands on it and learn a little bit about it. This is a around $200 pistol. You can find it online for about that price, or you can pick it up in a gun store. They'll probably be a little bit more expensive, especially if it's not like a big box store like Royal King or something. So around that $200 price point for a little pistol, which is, you know, pretty interesting depending on what you're using it for. To go over some of the basic specs of it, you have a polymer frame, an aluminum slide, and a steel barrel. This has an overall length of about 7 inches, a barrel length of about 4 inches. Those are the crucial points. If you want to talk about a height of it, it's about 5 inches. I want to give a big thank you to one of the supporters of the channel, Classic Country Land. They are a real estate company that specializes in selling large plots of land all across the United States. They've been in business for over 20 years. They offer owner financing, so you should go check them out. Link is in the description. You'll see it right underneath sponsors of the channel. So go check out Classic Country Land, and a big thank you to them. If you want to talk about how the frame is, it's got a textured grip, which is really nice from Taurus. It looks bougie, it looks cool, you know, all the things that are important. The aluminum slide has nice serrations up on the front of it, so they're really deep cut, so you know when you're doing your your little checks here, you can get a good grip on it. Right below the front slide serrations, you have a pick piece. This is a true pick piece, so if you want to run a light on it like a TLR1 or a TLR7, whatever you may have it, you can do it. Just slide it on right there and gun and go. In terms of sights, you have a 3-dot sight. I'll pop it up. Here it is on the side. It's pretty nice. They're pretty visible. They're actually pretty sweet. They're a whole hell of a lot better than Glock sights, in my opinion. Working your way, down below the sights, you have the safety. This is a manual safety option. You can pick it up. You can use the manual safety if you want. You don't have to, you can use it without the safety. It's whatever you want to do. A lot of people say the safety is between your ears. Some people don't have anything between their ears, so it might be good to get a safety. This is ambidextrous safety, so if you're left-handed, you can manipulate with your thumb, or if you're right-handed, you can manipulate it with your thumb. It's whatever you want to do. In terms of mag release, you do have the mag release on. For a right-handed shooter, it comes like that, but you can swap it if you're feeling brave and want to tear apart your gun. You can swap it to the left side. That's real nice. One of the things I don't like about this is the safety. Kind of sucks. Kind of hard to get a good hit on it. When you're doing those tactical reloads at the range, and you're swah, kind of sucks. It doesn't extrude very far, and I personally believe that a lot of pistols don't have the safeties or not the safeties, but the mag releases that they need, or they're extended as long as they should be. Just a personal preference for me. Another thing we want to talk about, trigger. So this is actually one of the things I like a lot about the Taurus, is the trigger. It has a very nice trigger. Gosh, very, very nice trigger. So it's one of the key points that I think is pretty sweet about it. Now let's get on to the point where you're probably like, well, will he just talk about if it sucks or not? Sure. Basement Operator Company is my apparel line here. This is one of the main ways that the channel is supported. So if you want to go check us out, basementoperator.com, there you can find awesome stuff from the canned goods t-shirts to the canned goods stickers to, beanies, whatever. It's a little chilly outside, get you a beanie, get you a canned goods sticker to put on your Yeti for the summertime, all that great stuff. So Basement Operator Company, make sure to check us out. I think that it's a pretty sweet little pistol for the money. We've had it here, we've been shooting it, we've shot the Norma, ammunition through it. We shot Remington through it. I did have one malfunction, and it was a failure to feed, and that was with the Remington ammunition. That was the only issue I had with it, and other than that, it's been functioning flawlessly, absolutely flawlessly. It's an absolute blast to shoot. It's a 22, so there's There's no recoil whatsoever when in terms of shooting the 22. It's just, you know, point, shoot, pack, 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 pack. And I mean, it's awesome, little fun little gun. So I have no quarrels with it, especially for that $200 price point. I mean, you might be thinking, oh, if I buy a $200 pistol, it's gonna be junk. Well, you know, that's a good thing to worry about, but I don't think that's something you have to worry about with this one. Honestly, it's a blast. That brings me to my final point in the video, is why you buy this. Why do you buy a $200 22 that's almost a full-size pistol? Well, several things. You can buy it to practice with. You can buy it to train people on. Maybe somebody is learning to shoot for the first time. A 22 is a great place to start, especially a 22 pistol, especially a 22 full-size, almost full-size pistol would be a great place to start at in terms of training, learning, teaching people how to shoot. The next thing is maybe a hunting pistol or an outdoors pistol or something to just protect yourself in the woods. Maybe you're looking for something that you can shoot possums with, raccoons with, rabbits with, squirrels with, you know, small critters. 22 is an excellent varmint round and something that is widely accessible. So you can find 22 ammunition pretty much everywhere. You can find target loads and, you know, shooting more, you know, deadly loads like a hollow point or something, whatever you need to do to shoot. Lastly, you know, after you get done training with it and taking it hunting, you could possibly use it for self-defense. A 22, a lot of people will hate on people that use 22s for self-defense. I don't see a big deal with it as long as you're, you know, very capable shot. A 22 will still put somebody down. As much as somebody wants to argue between a 9mm and a 45, a 22 will still do the job, especially if you're in that close range. I mean, if I get hit with something, it's still gonna hurt. It's still gonna, you know, it might not flip me or anything, but 22 can still do what it needs to do. So don't knock it for a personal defense weapon. Now, it is a little bit bigger. I would almost say this is on par with like maybe a Glock 19 in terms of size, but a lot of people carry the Glock 19. So I wouldn't rule it out as a self-defense or personal defense weapon. I want to give a big thanks to Classic Countryland for sponsoring the channel. You should also go check me out on Instagram. There I post all kinds of awesome photos.